Make yourself comfortable. Today, you'll learn all about Floyd Mayweather, his lifestyle, his colossal fortune, and how he spends it. You'll see that throwing punches can sometimes pay off in a big way. Very big, as long as it's inside a boxing ring. A turbulent childhood. It is impossible to talk about boxing without mentioning Floyd Mayweather. The American boxer was born on February the 24th, 1977, in Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. Floyd has known since his early months a hectic life punctuated by altercations between thugs and dealers, since his father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., was involved in the sale of drugs. It is said that one day Floyd Mayweather Jr. would have served as a living shield to his father when one of the dealers with whom he worked came to the house and pointed a gun at his head. As a teenager, things didn't get any better for young Floyd, as his father was arrested for possession and trafficking of cocaine. His mother, Deborah, was also struggling with drug addiction. Realizing that his life was not easy, Floyd decided to take charge of his life and pursue an ultimate dream: to become a professional boxer. His early years in boxing. And it's no accident that Floyd Mayweather Jr. chose boxing as his career sport. It seems that the Mayweather family has had a love of fighting and competition in their blood for generations. His father, Floyd Sr., was a welterweight competitor at the time, and his uncle Jeff Mayweather was a former IBO super featherweight champion. Another uncle, Roger Mayweather, is also a former WBA super featherweight and WBC super lightweight champion. Floyd Mayweather was enrolled in the gym shortly after he started walking. At an early age, the kid started throwing punches at anything that got in his way. At the age of 7, he sported his very first pair of boxing gloves, and since then, the boxing fever has never left him. Little Floyd, as he called himself, quickly became popular in his neighborhood gym, which was located a few blocks from his home. For his athletic name, he kept his father's surname, determined to follow in his father's footsteps to achieve success in the sport. Success without a shadow. Far from the turmoil of his family life, Mayweather found solace and peace in the ring. Nicknamed Pretty Boy for his perfectly shaped face, Mayweather, with his style of quick and precise strikes, quickly climbed to the top of the boxing competitions. Thus, it is in 1993, 1994, and 1996 that he won his first titles, the National Golden Gloves. Mayweather then left his pre-professional career for a real professional career on October 11, 1996. As a true champion, Floyd Mayweather continued to win fights at an amazing rate. Supported and trained by his father since his release from prison, the talented boxer kept winning fights, getting closer and closer to the best boxers in the world. In 1998, Floyd defeated Genaro Hernandez to win his first world title, the WBC Super Featherweight Championship. Following this, his career will know a phenomenal rise, especially from the year 2000. Mayweather then embarked on an exceptional career, which has made him today considered one of the greatest fighters in his category of all time. During this period, he won the WBC lightweight title in 2002, the WBC super lightweight title in 2005, and the IBF, IBO, WBC, and IBA welterweight titles in 2006. In 2007, he defeated Oscar De La Hoya for the WBC super welterweight title. Although Floyd ended his career on August 27, 2017, he certainly remains one of the most memorable boxers in history. This is evidenced by his unbeaten record in over 18 years of professional career, 50 wins and 50 fights, but also his numerous world championship titles obtained in different weight classes. When perseverance pays off. Perseverance has been Floyd's greatest weapon and his greatest source of income. Floyd Mayweather's success since the beginning of his career has made him a fortune. As far back as 2010, he was the third highest paid American athlete, earning over $60 million a year. Today, his net worth is estimated to be at least $560 million according to the estimation site Celebrity Net Worth, a figure disputed by other sites such as Investopedia, which estimates Floyd's net worth between $700 million and $1 billion. As every year, Forbes magazine publishes a long-awaited ranking of the best-paid sportsmen over a year, and Who Says Passage to a New Decade says ranking of the best-paid sportsmen over a period extending from 2010 to 2019, and it is without much surprise Floyd Mayweather who was positioned at the top of the ranking. Forbes states that the American boxer would have amassed a fortune of $915 million, a very impressive figure, but far from surprising when we know that Mayweather had pocketed more than $250 million in 2017 alone after he beat the boxer Conor McGregor in the ring. The one who is nicknamed Money, and we wonder why by the way, finds himself in front of the two great current stars of soccer, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Coming back to Mayweather's fortune, you should know that he amassed his millions mainly thanks to his passion for punches. Between 2014 and 2015 alone, the boxer would have pocketed the sum of $300 million. His fight against Manny Pacquiao in May 2015 would have earned him $250 million, although it was not the juiciest fight he has on his record. And yes, Mayweather is one of the only sportsmen to be able to rake in 9 figures in the space of a night. Way beyond punches. Even though he doesn't have as many endorsements as other athletes, Floyd Mayweather earns huge amounts of money from brands. Celebrity Net Worth reports that outside the ring, Floyd typically earns $10 million a year just from his advertising deals, a figure that again, Investopedia has reevaluated upwards. According to their estimates, Floyd Mayweather earned about $105 million for advertising various products between June 2013 and June 2014. And since Floyd also has a nose for business, he charges some pretty hefty sums for each endorsement. For example, in 2015, he reportedly asked for a minimum of $1 million from a brand that wanted to collaborate with him early on in negotiations. For the blow, he hit hard. A lavish lifestyle. He is proud of it and does not hide it. The best paid athlete in the world leads a life bathed in luxury. On his social networks, Mayweather regularly shares photos of jets, boats, mansions, and most often, dozens of stacks of cash. The avid car lover claims to own more than 100 cars, including a fleet of all-white luxury cars, a fleet of all-black luxury cars, a $1.7 million Bugatti Veyron, and a $4.8 million Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita. Floyd owns, in addition to all this, 2 multi-million-dollar private planes that he has lovingly named Air Mayweather 1 and 2. In 2016, he bought another private jet, a 12-seat Gulfstream, for about $35 million. The plane has gold finishes, including gold cup holders and a gold sink with a faucet made of… I'll let you guess the rest. The aircraft also has white leather seats and a fully equipped kitchen. Floyd has several one-of-a-kind watches in his dressing room, with 7-digit price tags. Okay, we'll give you a few seconds to realize. When asked about his wealth, Floyd Mayweather said he has in one of his accounts $200 to $300 million. And with this money, the native of Grand Rapids buys mainly cars. The show-off champion says that he has in his garage a Rolls-Royce, Porsches, Ferraris, Bugattis, Mercedes. Yes, we speak in plural. In addition to all these beautiful cars, there is also the cash to buy another private jet, but also jewels, watches, luxurious suits, and other such trinkets. Pretty boy always has to be well groomed. To do this, he doesn't hesitate to hire a hairdresser who charges no less than $1,000 a session, at least twice a week. Jackie Starr, his regular hairdresser, started doing his haircuts in 2009, and she is the only one who cuts his hair, whether he is in the United States or traveling abroad. Mayweather doesn't mess around with his hairstyle, and Jackie Starr claims to make a small fortune of about $145,000 a year from Floyd Mayweather alone. a seasoned collector. And at Floyd's, as we collect cars, we also collect dolls. The real ones, the living ones. The man who has never been married and who enjoys the joys of a life of a hardened bachelor has several girlfriends on his roster. Known for his taste for luxury, the sportsman passionate about money lives in excess. A character trait that is also found in his love life. In an interview given to the YouTube show Awkward Puppets, the one who calls himself Pretty Boy claims to have no less than 7 girlfriends. At the same time if need be. Floyd, confident that by having only one, he felt like he had none. The funny thing is that he seems to perfectly assume his womanizer side. Moreover, on Instagram, the boxer always poses with some of his conquests. And of course, to maintain all these beautiful dolls, it is better to have full pockets. Besides, Floyd Mayweather is a very gaga dad. His offspring consists of 4 children, all from 2 ex-girlfriends. His sons are named Koran and Sion, and his 2 daughters are named Tira and Iana. Melissa Brim is the mother of Iana, while Josie Harris is the mother of the other 3 children. He says he likes to spoil them, give them lavish things and luxurious lifestyle. Dad Floyd even bought $400,000 worth of cars when they started learning to drive. Nothing is too good for his babies. And let's not forget that when it comes to buying cars, he doesn't hold back for long. Gambling, another of his passions. One of Floyd's mottos is to combine business with pleasure. The American boxer is into everything that is fun and above all, that can bring in big bucks. We are talking about gambling. The man, who currently lives in a 6,700 square meter mansion in Las Vegas, spends his money on gambling. But above all, he wins a lot. In addition to table games such as blackjack, Floyd is known for making 6-figure bets on a wide range of sporting events. The boxer once reportedly bet $1.1 million on an Oregon soccer game. And shortly after his fight with Pacquiao, he claimed to have won nearly $830,000 in a single night of gambling. Clearly, he's not only talented at punching. Small problems with justice. Floyd Mayweather has found himself in legal trouble on several occasions. Small problems with justice that have had consequences on his fortune and that have made him, each time, put his hand in his pocket. In July 2017, he owed more than $30 million in unpaid taxes to the IRS, the government tax collection agency. Before that, in 2009, he owed $5.6 million in back taxes. In December 2011, he was taken to court by his ex-girlfriend, Josie Harris, who filed domestic violence and harassment charges, a conviction that ended up with $20 million that the victim would have claimed from him. After hanging up the gloves in August 2017, the day after a 50th victory in his professional career, the American boxer surprised his fans and announced his return to the rings for 2020. Would he be going through a little financial crisis right now? So, what do you think about the way Floyd Mayweather spends his millions? The word excess doesn't even seem to be enough, does it? Tell us what you think in the comments.